Alright, so I just got home. The box has only been outside for like 30 minutes. I had someone bring it in. This box is actually from Reef Cleaners. Fred's over there being active. He's hungry. I gotta clean up his bedding. I gotta just clean it. I really want to redo that tank. Not sure exactly how yet, but sidetrack. Reef Cleaners, new tank. I got this new tank from Kentucky, or not from Kentucky, but I was coming from Kentucky. I was doing something in Kentucky, and on the way back, I ended up picking this up. Completely free, which is really nice. It is a 20-inch by 22-inch fish tank, so it doesn't fit on this, sadly. Otherwise, that would have been perfect. But I'm still on the lookout for something to put onto here. I was looking at getting 250-gallon tanks here and here. They would be 30 inches tall, so they would probably be like, I don't know, they would take up so much space. But, sorry, sidetrack. I'm gonna be opening that real quick, but I'll kind of talk to you about this later. I am planning to use it as a freshwater tank. I gotta clean it up. There's a bunch of coralline algae on it. It's a very sturdy tank. I want to build a nice stand with it. Might make a video on it. I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna make a nice stand, kind of like the one over here. I really like this stand. I did build this myself, stained it, all that. As you can see, it's not the best paint job, but it does the trick. Everything's doing pretty good. And update for this tank. So I never told you guys, but I actually got a Molly Miller in here, and I put one of the peppermint shrimp that's been eating Aptasia in my other tank into here. And they aren't doing anything as of yet, other than the toadstool completely detached from the stem, which very weird. And then this fell over, which I got to pick up. But the mushrooms are doing amazing, like insanely good. Stuff is growing nicely. I put the green toadstool here. I put Favia the Gods here. But everything's doing really well. Bubble coral is doing good. Closes up at night. There is that clam that is attached to the side. The flesh is actually starting to grow on top of it, which is nice. I see the yellow watchman goby hiding away back there. He's doing pretty good. In this order, I did get him a new pistol shrimp, so hopefully he'll start digging around again. But there's another one of the, I believe there's an oyster in there under the hammer or something. It's black and it has a mouth, kind of like a clam, but it's not a clam. I'm not too sure, but everything's doing really well, other than the Aptasia, but Aptasia is doing great in here. The Nephithelia back there actually detached, so I actually have it in my other frag tank, which I can show you real quick. I did make a bunch of frags. The lights literally just turned on 2 minutes ago, so everything's pissed off to oblivion, but kind of reorganized everything into little sections. As you can see, I gotta probably move these Duncans so they don't keep getting blown over. But here is that detached Nephthia that actually popped off. So that there's still a little piece in there, so that's a good thing, but there's that. But I will open this to see how everything turned out. I did get a bunch of Ricordea mushrooms, which I'm really excited about, because they actually kind of almost went extinct in the wild because there's a mass bleaching event. Let me put my phone down for a second while I talk. There was a big mass bleaching event in Florida, so a lot of the Florida Ricordea has basically been wiped out. And I have not been able to find any in stock at a reasonable price. They all been super expensive. But here we go. Let's open this up real quick. well, everything's looking good so far. Let me grab a bucket. Take these all out. I can't use one hand. But test frag racks that I've 3D printed. This one's probably going to be my dip one because it's kind of nasty looking. So, and then I will have this one be the clean one. And then for dip, I will use, if I can find it, not this one, sorry, that's not a dip. I think it's over here. Anyways, I'll find it real quick. Kind of just taking you all through the mess that I've amassed. Here's the tank. So it's been a little bit. I haven't cleaned it in a little. As you can see, the diatoms have finally stopped. Well, not stopped per se, but just died down a lot. There's still algae, so if you see the bubbles over there, that is the major diatoms. And they've kind of been like dwindling down. So as you can see, this frag rack has been kind of cleaned. I did replace that, so I might do the same with this one just so that I can get rid of all the diatoms kind of quicker. Everything's doing happy in here. I put my blue tang in here. He's loving it. Other than the fact that he constantly hides and knocks over all of these frag plugs off of this frag rack. Not too sure why, but living his life. I'm gonna put him in one of the big tanks, so he's in here for now as a holding tank, or just kind of just seeing how he does. Just seeing, like, is he gonna peck a coral, is he not? Because I think I have a coral eat nipper in my other tank, so we'll see. But yeah, let me get back to unboxing. Sorry. I'll find the dip in a bit, but let me kind of open all this. God, these scissors are not good. They are rusted out very much. Let's see. I got a couple astrios, so there's the astrios. And then mushrooms. Mushroom galore. So there's one. There's two. It seems. Maybe three. Oh, what's in here? This is the pistol shrimp that I'm going to be putting in the other tank. As you can see, he's very beautiful. I'm glad he's all arrived all safe and sound. We got more Ricordeas. Even more Ricordea. Even more Ricordea. I'm telling you, they were available for only 20 minutes, so I snagged as many as I could. And then here are the bumblebee snails that I need for my verminatid snails. So I'm going to be putting that in all my tanks. They're not a problem yet, but I want to stay ahead of the problem. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, this is a feather duster. So I got a few feather dusters in here. That's not good, but I think that might be okay because they kind of do slime up. This is another Ricordea. We got more Ricordea. Even more Ricordea. I'm telling you, I have gotten so much. And I'm only able to do this because people have been so nice in my community. They've been buying my coral, they've been trading. So it's the only way I'm able to do this. So I'm kind of glad for that. Good to have all these nice coral. I'm gonna put a few in my tank, give a few to some buddies to have, and so on. But I think I might be picking up some sun-kissed bounce mushrooms, which I have never had. Here's another feather duster. They are Caribbean feather dusters. Very beautiful. I do have them in my 40-gallon. So we'll see. I think there's one more feather duster. I got 3 feather dusters, so this should be the last one. I'm like making a mess. I'm getting water all over the floor. Oh, no, that was not in the bag. I feel dumb now. Yeah, the rest in here, it's just water. That's just water. All right. That's gonna be a mess. But I wanna put all these into here, and in 3, 2, 1. And boom, just like that, I got them all unpacked. Disregard all that mess. I need a better system. So here are all the Florida Ricordea. Let me see here. I cannot tell, but I was supposed to get a mix of kind of greenish and, ooh, that one might be yellow. Very cool. But it was going to be like green and blue sort of colors, so we'll see how they all turn out. As you can see, here are the 2 feather dusters, so they're pretty cool. They actually have a foot that will anchor onto something. So you see this end, that is the foot end. I gotta do some more research on it because I'm not 100% sure, but they will latch onto something. And as you can see, it's already starting to pop out now, but I did get about 10 astrea snails, 10 bumblebee snails. Here is the pistol shrimp that I was talking about. So the pistol shrimp in my 40-gallon tank has actually disappeared. Not sure what happened. It's been a few months, so I'm gonna put another guy in there. But here's all the Florida Ricordea. I want to put this guy in my all these in my frag tank. Oh, that one looks blue. Very excited for these. I have been wanting to get these for so long, and I finally got it. But I'm gonna let these temperature acclimate because this water is really cold. It's actually like 60 degrees, which is okay since they're inverts. And mushroom corals are pretty resilient, so I don't blame them. This was the box they were shipped in. Not bad at all. Little insulation. Bags were good. All of them had water in it. But I'll show you what these Caribbean feather dusters look like right over here. If I walk right over here. I've had this guy for a year and a half, and he hasn't lost his crown. Usually by the first years, they might lose their crown depending on the fish tank system. I feed this tank phytoplankton every so often, so I like to assume that that might be the cause of it. The crown has actually never decreased, which is great. I've also heard that they decrease coming from the wild into a new tank after a little bit, but he's doing really well. And I don't know if I mentioned this, here is the yellow watchman goby, but if you look really closely in between the glass and the overflow, there is the peppermint shrimp. And I think if we go on the other side, we might find our Molly Miller. I've always wanted to try Molly Miller. This one I do not actually see, but usually he'll be hiding back here. Oh, that's really zoomed in. But he'll be hiding kind of back here behind the overflow, just like the peppermint shrimp. But I have seen him. I don't see him much, but he's there. But I've just been enjoying this tank a lot. Just kind of watching the fish go by. Clownfish hosting the anemone. I do want to get these Starkey damselfish out of here because I do believe they're actually the key reason why the pistol shrimp kind of disappeared. They are bullies. We don't like bullies. Oh, there's the Molly Miller. You just saw him just dart to the back. Really tiny little bugger. It's kind of, I can see him, but I don't think you guys can, but he's literally right in between here. That's his hiding spot. I don't think I'm gonna get a good video of him, but very cool. I picked him up probably a couple weeks ago, so he's doing great. I haven't seen him eat, so I'm assuming he's eating something in here. There is Aptasia, so, I mean, they do eat Aptasia. But I have noticed a couple of these Aptasias have disappeared. Not a lot, but like maybe 1 or 2. This side doesn't have any Aptasia, but it was mainly over here. I mean, it's decreased, it seems like, but we'll see. I think I'm gonna actually fill this spot right here with a couple more hammers just to kind of fill in that space. And then I'll put, so I had some nice seduction zoas here. They're actually right here on the floor. Or, sorry, right here. I found them. They kind of blend in with the cyano. I had a good colony of 10 polyps, then I used Aptasia X and it kind of wiped them out because this Aptasia was covering it. So I used it just to help, but it didn't help. So now we're back to this. So I want to fill this area up with maybe Stratosphere or Seduction Zoas because I think they're beautiful. Got Rainbow Infusion. Looks so pretty under blue light, but I don't know. I kind of enjoy running this tank under white light. It's really nice. Like, this is a nice gold hammer, but in white light, it's not gold. So maybe I need to find more things that kind of pop under white light. So Candy Cane's doing fantastic. But yeah, star of the show, Starry Blenny. Love that guy. Love watching him. But yeah, everything's doing pretty good. Alright, so it hasn't been very long, but all these mushrooms are pretty nice and blue actually, which is really cool. And then I think we got a nice gold one coming in. We got, like, everything's green and blue, so that's really nice. And then we got my 2 Caribbean feather dusters, which, as you can see, has opened up very nicely. As you can see, the very nice crown starting to open up. You see the foot. I gotta bury the foot so that they have something to anchor onto, but it's a good sign. But I mean, damn, look at them. They are insane looking. I can't wait to grow some of these out. I am gonna sell some just to kind of help recoup the cost, but I'm gonna be keeping most of it. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.